Today we're going to have a little PEMDAS fun with brackets. Now, remember that PEMDAS stands for Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. It's just a little mnemonic device we help to remember which order things go in, but really what we're talking about is the order of operations, or the order which we do math. With the order of operations, the P always stands for we do parentheses and brackets first. That's going to be the focus of today's video. After we look at brackets in parentheses, we're going to look at exponents. We've been studying exponents this year. You know that things like n squared really means n times n. We're not going to talk too much about them today. After exponents, you know that you do multiplication and division as you see them from left to right. And then after that, you do addition and subtraction as you see them left to right. Brackets and parentheses are super easy, guys. The thing that you need to know is that with brackets, you always work from the inside out. That's it. So let's look at some ways you might see brackets and parentheses. If you're given an expression like this, 2 plus 3 times 6 divided by 3, you have two sets of parentheses here. The order of operations says do parentheses first, so you would find what's in this bracket or parentheses, then you would find what's in this parentheses, and then you would multiply them together. You might also see a situation like this where you have parentheses inside of a bracket. You might have a bracket inside of parentheses, but either way, you treat them just the same. You start with what's grouped together first, 6 times 4. Then you go to what's next, working from the inside out. And you go with 24 divided by 2. Then only after all that is done would you add 9. Now, as you get older and you get to your higher level math classes, you might see some really crazy stuff. You're not going to see this given to you from me this year, but you might have an example like this, and you'll excuse my marker being smudged. I have a first set of parentheses with 6 divided by 2. Inside of that, I have another set of brackets, which you then take that and multiply by 4. Then after you do that, you have a third set of parentheses where you add 5. And then getting even crazier, we have a fourth set of brackets that multiply by 3 after that. Like I said, though, you're not going to see that this year. And if you do, my fault. I'm sorry. So let's have some fun. Let's solve these together. 6 times 2 plus 3 times 4. PEMDAS, which is the order of operations, a little mnemonic device we got to remember, says parentheses first. 3 times 4 is in the parentheses. I do 12. Rewrite it. 6 times 2 plus 12. Great. Don't have any exponents. Multiplication and division as I see them. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. Excuse me. Here's our second problem. Uh-oh. We have parentheses inside of a bracket. When you think about it, I can't do the bracket first because I don't know what to divide 2 by. So I do 19 plus 1, which is 20. Inside out. Now divide by 2. I'm even going to redraw the bracket. Looks kind of like an E. 20 divided by 2. My answer would be 10. The value of this expression is 10. Remember, these are expressions because I don't have an equal sign. Lastly, I have 2 sets of parentheses inside of a bracket. That's fine. Inside out. Do the parentheses first. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Multiplied by 12 divided by 4, which is 3. There's my brackets. I've now solved what was in the parentheses. Notice I rewrote the entire expression after I solved for the part, almost like an upside down pyramid. That way we can follow your math, and if you make mistakes, we can see where you made the mistake at. There are those of you students that are going to try to do all this in your head. Please don't do that. It's just going to irritate me. Now I do the bracket. I had 4, I had 3, 4 times 3 is 12. That was the value of the bracket. Multiplied by 3, my expression's value is 36. As long as you work from the inside out, you're going to be okay. It's almost like the reverse of them little Russian nesting eggs that sit down inside of each other, because you get the big one first, and then you go down to the little one. This time you're going with the little one, then coming back out. I hope that didn't confuse you. So let's have you try some on your own tonight, too, after you get your notes done. I'd like you to first start simple. 2 times 3 in parentheses, add it to 6. Then I'd like you to go a little bit more advanced. I'd like you to start with brackets on the inside, 6 plus 7. I'd like you then multiply by 3 in parentheses, and then add 4. Then, the hard one. You got 2 sets of parentheses. Then you have something inside of a bracket, and then you follow it up with addition. You can do it. Parentheses first, move from the inside out. See you tomorrow.